Hi. Don't ask your market what's keeping them awake at night, because you actually don't care. You genuinely don't care if the problems that they're worried about aren't problems that you can solve, and you probably don't even care if they're not problems that you can solve better than anybody else. You really only want them to be worried about the problem that you solve better than everybody else, and you want that problem to be on the top of their list. Let me show you why that's the case and why some problems, and even marketing about some problems, can actually create advantage for your competition instead of for you. Your solution, whether it's a product or a service or a combination of both, was designed to meet a particular need. And if your market has that need, or some buyers in your market have that need, then they're going to look at your solution and say, where have you been all my life? That's exactly what I need, because you designed it to meet that need. That's great. What if they don't? What if they actually don't have that need, but a different need? Well, the odds are pretty good that somebody else built a solution for that different need. And if they looked at that other solution and compared it to yours, they'd find the other solution more attractive. Now, can you still sell your product or service if they've got the wrong need, the other need? You kind of can, but it's just really hard. It's pretty much why salespeople get a bad rap, and the yield is going to be very low. A good salesperson knows that, and instead what they do, and I'm not trying to say I'm inventing this, they've done this for years. What a good salesperson does is to change the concept of what the buyer thinks they need with good questioning and sharing some knowledge and insight. I mean, quite frankly, you know more about the need that you solve than most of your customers do. You can help them with that superior knowledge to understand why they're maybe thinking about the need in not quite the right way. That's the job of a good salesperson. Frankly, it's also the job of marketing, but I'll come to that in a moment. Now, there are some problems that logically, if a buyer's thinking clearly, they would work out, if I've got this problem, this guy here, if I've got that problem, then I probably need this. And as we've already agreed, if I need this, I'll find your solution really attractive. There are other business problems that frankly don't give rise to that need at all, but rather to a different need, which again is met better by somebody else, by your competition. So we really want the market to be worried about the right problem. Now, can we still convince the market that they have a need aligned to what you're really good at meeting if they have the wrong problem, that is the problem that leads logically to a different need? Well, again, we can, but it's hard. Instead, again, through good questioning and sharing information and knowledge and experience and case studies, we can help the buyer work out that the problem they were focused on might not actually be the right thing to focus on. Again, the job of a good salesperson, and increasingly now the job of marketing, because buyers progress so far down the funnel along the buyer's journey before they're willing to engage, you actually need marketing to be doing some of that troubling. So really rather the market's worried about the right problem, the one that you can solve better. Now let's go to the market. There are some parts of your market that no matter how hard you try are going to arrive at the right problem. And there are some parts of the market, no matter how hard you try, are going to arrive at a different conclusion. They have a different problem, the one that's met by a different need, solved by a different solution. In other words, the one that you'll lose with. Now, can you convince the wrong part of the market that they've got the problem that you solve? Well, you can, but again, much smarter for us to be focused on the part of the market that's more likely, more able to connect with the problem that we solve better than anybody else, and get them worried about that problem and help them work out what they need. So there's quite a strategic stack here, and the benefit of this thinking is if you think about what your stack looks like, the yellow stack, and you think about what your competitor's stack looks like, the red stack over here, think about what that looks like. And don't only message to the market about the problem that you solve, but maybe even anti-message. And by that I mean, I'll try that in English. You may well be thinking A, B, and C, but experience has shown that D, E, and F. Shift them from one concept to the other. Now that used to be the job of sales, but because again the buyer wants to progress so far down the journey before they're willing to engage with your salespeople, it's actually increasingly the job of marketing. Marketing that puts on events to say about all the happy things, your product, its benefits, its points of difference, and why it's great, is doing you a disservice. Marketing actually needs now, modern marketing needs to help play a role in getting the market worried about the problem that you know how to solve better than anybody else. In your funnel plan, you need to identify the problem that you can solve better than anybody else and that's troubling enough for the market for them to worry about. If you haven't got a funnel plan, get a free one. You can go there now and get a free funnel plan at funnelplan.com. In fact, why don't you do that now? You can, of course, take the paid upgrade and that gives you so much more functionality, but I'd start with a free one. Go to funnelplan.com, get yourself a free one there. Identify the problem that you solve better than anybody else in your market and get busy troubling the market about that problem and help them to realise why it's a priority problem for them to solve. I hope you enjoyed that. Lots more lined up for next week. Until then, may your funnel be full and always flow. Our thanks this week to Rihanna Busler for production. Rihanna, welcome to the team. Kira, thank you so much for your production preceding Rihanna. My name's Hugh McFarlane and it's been my absolute pleasure to have scripted and presented this week's show.